What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain. I'm here with my guy, man, Kenny Stubblefield, master producer, big-time boss out here and making moves out here. Kenny, what's going on, my brother?
My brother, how are you, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I still don't know what shit in my house, man. Last time we recorded the show, it was still sunlight. I
Yep.
don't know where. I actually know exactly where my lights are. I just don't feel like finagling and setting them up at this late hour that we're fooling around with things. I'm still trying to get my little recording space thing figured out, but we're still off the wall. Shout out to Michael Jackson. Um, the stucco, you can see the hold on. See, you can feel it. It's right here. There's a line where you can see the wallpaper.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Not actually brick, yeah, but it looks good, man. It looks good behind you.
It looks great, yeah, man.
For sure, man. But
how was? Let me ask you this, man. How much do you hate moving?
Oh, bro, moving is the dumbest shit that we do, bro. Like we literally decide to go from living in one place to packing up all our shit and moving in another place, and it is the dumbest thing ever, bro. Like, why do we ever decide? Why can't we just live where we live and live there forever? Why we got to do better? Like, why we got to move up in the world, man?
Move up in the world. Just live where you live and stay there.
Live where you live and stay there, man. Live where you live and stay there. So, but yeah, everything has been good. The movie's been fine. I know where everything is now. It's just a matter of putting it where I want it to be, like this permanent home. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, man, we are here. I'm in a good place, Kenny Stubblefield. Life is good, man. Life is good. Everything is good. I will talk about two things today. We'll talk about Penny Hardaway and the Tigers getting ready for the NCAA tournament. The conference tournament is going on this weekend. We will know where they are seated by the next time that we talk. Next time we have a show, they won't play a game, right? The tournament is next week, right?
They'll play. The tournament starts next week. They play their first AAC conference tourney game on Friday, and then selection Sunday, and then they'll start Thursday,
next
Friday,
weekend.
The next weekend after that.
So the next show we'll be talking about where the Tigers will be playing, all those type of things. You won't get much of a preview from me. Shout out to my boy Roman Cleary. Might get Roman on the show, man.
We need to get Roman on the show.
We need to get Roman on the show, man. Why not, man? Why not get Roman on the show?
What's funny? What's funny? The conference, and we're going to talk about it a little bit, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But where are the Tigers going to be seated? Mm-hmm. I know when that conversation has gone ultra mega crazy, when you call me out of the blue and start talking to me about Tigers and the seating, because there's one thing I know about you is that you ain't following that shit. Like that shit,
I don't care. At the end of the day, it's about matchups, bro. It's about who you're playing. Like you could be a 4 seed playing a 12 seed that is a horrible matchup for you and get your ass bounced. Like, it's just a matter of who they play to me.
No, 100%.
I don't even care about this.
The whole conversation is it's everywhere, and so I know how pervasive that conversation is when it gets to your timeline. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's just wild. So I we'll know by Sunday where the Tigers are going to be. Sure. One thing I'll say this, and I know we want to get to the Grizzlies in a second. I had 2 goals coming into the season for Anthony Hardaway and the Memphis Tigers, and that was win the regular season conference tournament or conference championship and walk into the conference tournament
not
needing to win at all to get into the tournament. And they've done both of those things.
Yeah, for sure. So, that's my same exact goals, man. We'll talk about that more in the second half of the show. But, kid, I'm in a good place, man. I'm feeling good about the Grizzlies, bro.
Yes.
And it's not for the first time this season, I feel good about the Grizzlies, not from I think we're looking good going into the playoffs. So I don't think we look good going into the playoffs. But from a state of, I just feel good. Like I'm not stressing about the playoffs. I just want them to roll the ball out, be healthy. I want to see Ja having fun again. We're seeing that. We'll see some version of Jaren here soon. I'm sure that he'll be with the type of injury he has. It's not going to affect him too much for the playoffs. But that's just kind of where I am, man. But since the last time we talked about this, I can't really think of anything earth-shattering that happened other than Cam Spencer lost his mind.
That's what's got you in a good mood, though, is because the Grizzlies found a psycho, right? Like how many years has it been since they've been just ultra cool and just everything's chill and everything's good? They got a dude who's a legitimate crazy person on their team.
Yeah,
now,
we haven't had one since Dylan, and we might have 2. That's the thing, because anybody that has the full beard and no mustache, shout out to you, Lamar Stevens. You probably are a nut. Like I can't think of one person in the world who rocks the full beard and no mustache is not
Yeah.
crazy or can't fight. Like he's probably a
Right.
lunatic too.
Oh, yeah.
I saw some old pictures of Lamar Stevens. Brother does not look as imposing as he does now. The old pictures of him in college, he does not look as imposing as he does now.
Yeah.
But we did see two great games by both of those guys. Gigi Jackson had a breakout game against Phoenix. And I'll say this, man. There's never been, maybe it's just because these guys get old, but a lot of guys over time, as their careers start reaching their twilight, I start changing the way I feel about them as a player. Whether that's
Yeah.
James Harden, whether that's Steph Curry, whether it's even Draymond Green, whether it's Chris Paul, like all these guys who I hated in their prime, as they
Right.
start reaching the twilight of their career, I really started looking at them differently. And nobody has done that for me more than Kevin Durant. Just appreciating the legacy of his career. You're talking
Yeah.
about, bro, one of the greatest scorers, probably the most diverse scorer of all time. I had this conversation with a guy who was like, "Man, Michael Jordan was the greatest scorer of all time." Like, bro, I'm not having this Michael Jordan because the Michael Jordan conversations are so goofy, bro. Like, you can think somebody's the greatest, and I think they're the greatest in everything. Like Michael Jordan was, of course, one of the greatest scorers of all time, but Michael Jordan was not the guy who could pull up from anywhere on the court.
No.
Kevin Durant
No.
is. He could not do those things, right? That was not part of Michael Jordan's game. Kevin Durant is probably the most diverse scorer who can get to score any way he wants to on the court. His height, his ability to make shots from three, his mid-range game, his floater's ability to get to the basket, all those things. Kevin Durant is probably the most diverse scorer, literally of all time. But watching him, especially last night, just kind of, even at the age of 36, 37 years old, however old he is, to be that good still is crazy. And that shot at the end of the game is like, I'm really surprised you missed it. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's
I am too.
yeah. And it kind of feels like, and we said this in the group, we've been saying this in the group chat for a few weeks. It feels like the Grizzlies and Kevin Durant are set for a collision course.
They're set
Like
for it.
we heard the rumors at the trade deadline about from Bob Myers and from nowhere else, literally from Bob Myers, and that's it. Nobody else talked about the Grizzlies making any deals for Kevin Durant. I don't know if that actually happened or not, but it does feel like the Grizzlies are in line to do something with Kevin Durant. I don't know where. I mean, I just feel that way, bro. I felt that way for a while. It feels like they're almost on a collision course to revisit this thing again. Because he's definitely getting out of there. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he's definitely done there. And I can't think of a player, bro, who who's this losing thing that the Phoenix Suns have been doing the last couple of years has had a weird effect on Devin Booker. Because you're talking about a
Mhm.
guy who was getting Kobe Bryant comps a few years ago.
Yes.
And no, I've seen Desmond Bain outplay him every game we played them this year. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I know that people say, if this thing breaks up, like what do you do? Do you go get KD? I don't even know what Devin Booker is these days. He's still a good player, but I don't know, bro. You're talking about a guy whose his trajectory has definitely declined over the last few years. That Phoenix team is pure ass. I don't understand why they're that ass. I know why. They don't have any role players. They don't have enough guys that can really do a lot of stuff outside of their big two or their big three. But let me go back to what I was saying, man. I feel like I'm in a really good place with the Grizzlies because, first of all, I when Zach Kleiman pretty much told us that he ain't trying to go, he ain't worried about the playoffs, brother. I ain't either. If you ain't worried about it, I ain't worried about it, right? And my thing is, worst case scenario, we play, and all signs are pointing to us playing Houston in the first round. It's going to be us, the 4 versus the 5 against Houston. I think we're going to be the 5. I don't think we're going to be the 4th seed. Houston has a very easy schedule. We're still playing very close games while Jaren is out. I don't think we go past 5, but I think we do end up being first round on the road in Houston. 5th seed versus 4th seed. I think Houston ends up passing us. We're in 3rd right now, but I just don't think that we're going to maintain that. I think teams like the Lakers and Denver are going to pass us and keep us behind them. As this thing comes down to regular season comes to an end. Strange situation, man. I do Jason and John's show every Friday at 11:30. I look super zoomed in on the camera. I got a little Joe Mullinax thing going. It seems like, or my head just might be bigger than normal. But anyway, what was I talking about? Um, I do Jason and John show every Friday, right? And this guy like DMs me Friday night or something like that, right? He's like, "Man, I can't believe you like dogging out Ja and down talking Jaren." And I'm like, "Bro, what in the hell are you talking about? Like, I just really couldn't understand what the guy was saying. And I think the fact that I don't have this we can make anything happen in the playoffs mindset, I think people get upset about that. But I just don't have that mindset. I don't think we're going to be a team that's going to make any noise in the playoffs at all. I can very much see us getting bounced in the first round. And if that means there are some people who are actively rooting for us not to do good in the playoffs because they want Taylor Jenkins going that bad. I'm not that guy at all. I want us to have the best, postseason we can. But I just don't see it. Um, I've said for a long time that I think this team, only way we're good is if Ja is really, really, really good, right?
Yeah.
And we've seen Ja start to look really, really good. So, of course, anything can happen in the playoffs if Ja Morant is healthy and he's ready to go. Because we haven't seen a healthy Ja in the playoffs all the way through where we're losing with Ja Morant on the court being
Right.
optimal Ja. We've never seen that, right? So, who knows? Anything can happen. But my thing is just roll the ball out there and just kind of see what happens, bro. I literally don't feel away. If Santi Aldama's in the playoffs and don't give you nothing, I don't care. If Luke Kennard don't give you nothing, I'm cool. Um, and that was solidified when Zach Kleiman said, we're focused on three guys, Vince, Gigi, Vince, and I believe Josh, Jaren, and Bain are our leaders. And let me get Marcus Smart and Jake LaRavia out of the way to make it where those guys have to play, even though we're not seeing all three of them play, right? But I'm cool with that, man. It's whatever it is, bro. Like, Zach Edey, I still feel like he's a year away before he's a guy that can be a championship team's, starting center anyway. Jalen Wells is still having he's hitting a real rookie wall right now. A lot of people said that his stats when he has like a game or two in between games, he plays better on rest. That's something that happens with a lot of rookies. They struggle when they're playing a lot of games because they're playing 3 times as many games,
Oh
if
yeah.
not more, in the NBA than they would be, in college basketball. So I get those type of things. He's kind of struggling. Gigi Jackson has not been what we thought he could be. Vince Williams is still not even 100% healthy or whatever. But I'm going to land my plane right here before we go to the break here in Stumpville. I like I said, I'm pretty, and it's not a feeling of indifference. I'm just okay with whatever happens, bro. Like
Yeah.
we win a championship, cool, conference finals, whatever. But I don't have high expectations coming to the playoffs. But I do want to land my plane here for a minute and talk about the whole Gigi Jackson situation. Y'all are not going to convince me that a guy who I saw win NBA second team all rookie was setting like doing things that only Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron did as rookies. And I don't really care about the level of competition, whether teams are taking them serious, whether teams are scouting them or not. Nobody's going to tell me that Gigi Jackson can't play basketball at a high level and he can't score at a high level. And if you want to try to tell me that, I'm going to point you to there was a stretch when he first came back when I want to say he scored like, he was averaging like almost 20 points a game. Like he was doing this when he first came back, averaging around, 15, 16 points a game. It was one game where he hit like 3 threes in the third quarter that like brought us back on I can't remember what team it was. But Gigi Jackson's playing some really good ball. And you have to notice that Coach Jenkins he's not allowing him to be a scorer. He's not allowing him to be a guy that really creates off the dribble, gets his own shot. He's scoring off of other guys, making things happen for him. And I think that Gigi Jackson is a much better player than that. Like he's not John Conchar, he's not Jake LaRavia, he's not Scottie Pippen Jr. You know what I mean? He's not any of these dudes. Like let him go cook. I think he's a guy. If you give him the ball, he can make some things happen. But his minute he can't defend. He's a horrible defender. Like we've seen those kind of things already. We've seen him, looking lost on defense. You're talking about a guy who's 20 years old, and you're talking about a guy who didn't have a training camp with these guys, still recovering from that injury. But he came out looking really good when he first came back. So nobody's gonna convince me he just all of a sudden forgot how to play basketball. And he had a good game, last night. The other night against Phoenix, whatever. So y'all can get out of my face with that. Like Gigi Jackson, you can't tell me that kid can't play freaking basketball, man.
Yeah. I think for me it's somewhere in the middle, right? Like it's got to be somewhere in the middle. I think anybody saying Gigi Jackson can't play basketball is silly. Like you can see the talent, you can see what he can do. You can see that there's really not much he can't do on the offensive side of the floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's that talented, he's that gifted, he is that guy. I guess my only thought about it is that knowing that you haven't had a training camp, knowing that you've been injured for the majority of the season, there are certain non-negotiables that it feels like the Grizzlies have as a team, and that's effort. You give effort
Mm-hmm.
at every level whenever you play. And I think you said it a few minutes ago. He can't play defense. My theory on it is that right now he just won't play defense. Right,
Mm-hmm.
like he's got the skills, the size to be able to guard really any position.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of it comes with getting more reps with the guys and trusting each other on defense. But my only issue that I've seen with him is that there just seems to be a real lack of effort sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that that's where I get concerned about GG. I will say this though, um, Kleiman has made the decision that this year is not the year that they're going to contend for a ring, right?
Whether he's verbalized it or not.
He's made that decision
Right.
at the trade deadline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what he did. And I think that we can be okay with that, knowing that because the Grizzlies' window for a ring and for a championship run is wide open right now. Like this is
And
not the final
people really
year.
talk like people say strange and strong things like, man, we're wasting these guys prime years. Like, bro,
They haven't entered their prime.
they didn't enter their prime.
They're not in their prime
bro.
yet.
Yeah.
They're not in their our
Yeah.
vets, our veteran leaders haven't even entered their prime yet. And I
Right.
think that's where that's why we can be okay with kind of where the Grizzlies are right now, is that
Mm-hmm.
knowing that these guys are fourth in the West or third in the West, that they are fourth in the West right now, that
Mm-hmm.
they have that they're gaining so many reps with each other. They're getting a lot of play, a lot of even playoff opportunities, and yet they haven't even entered their prime yet. And so there's
Mm-hmm.
plenty of time. There's plenty of runway
Yeah, man.
left to be able to reach that. And so that's what I'm in. So that's why I even go like with Gigi, I go, okay, like Gigi can be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this year he's because of that injury has had to take a little bit of a step back, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's wait till next year and see what happens.
Yeah.
Right. Like, but,
Yeah.
and I would hope that Gigi would come in and go, I'm going to give it my all at every level, every time. My energy, my focus, my effort on every play is going to be the same no matter what. And
Mm-hmm. But it's their job to figure that out, man. They gotta figure out what's going on with him and get the bullshit out of there and get him going. Like
yeah,
that's
100%.
you have to do it, bro. Like because if you're investing in him, you have to invest in him, but you can't halfway do this. Like you have to go all in on him. I've seen him go all in on worse players, bro. You know what I mean? Like you have to
100%.
invest in Gigi. You said something earlier about how these guys, the window is much more wider than people are trying to give it credit for, right? It's like LeBron James and the media's desire to make him be Michael Jordan has rushed everybody's prime. Like we've acted like guys had this short window when they've got to do something. That was all like media driven to compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan, which has always been pointless. Like what was the point? Why didn't they just let LeBron play out his career and be who he's going to be? Like
and just
people like
enjoy
making
it.
him, yeah. Like we
Yeah.
like. And a prime example is Boston, right? Like I talk about
Right.
this all the time. It is insane that people were talking about breaking that team up when those guys were 23, 24 years old. Oh, they're never going to get it done. Dude, they won around the time everybody else won when they're 27, 28 years old. Like most guys do not break that threshold of winning the championship until they're 27, 28 years old. It's been a constant, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I'm not mad at the decision to, kind of triple down on youth again, especially when you feel like you've got your 8-man core. Because the first time he decided to triple down on youth, that was the draft. He got Jake LaRavia,
Right.
David Roddy, and all these other dudes.
Zaire, yeah.
Yeah, and Zaire, right? So Zaire the next year or whatever the year before, whatever. So I'm not mad at saying, okay, I think I see a championship team in our 8 or 9 or whatever, and just kind of building around it. But you got to do it. You have to do that. You just can't do it and say halfway do it and don't want to play Gigi and all these type of things. But shout out to Cam Spencer. There's so much stuff that I've tried to tell people how these things are going to play out. Luke Kennard went from being untradeable to like just another dude on the roster. And I told people how this thing is going to play out. Nobody can tell me that you don't see Cam Spencer being as good or better than Luke Kennard, playing the exact same role as Luke Kennard is playing this year. Like I think that the way that you've seen him play the other night, and the way that you'll probably see him play a lot more throughout this season, you're going to realize that. And just know how the Grizzlies move. Just get ready for that summer where Luke Kennard does not get signed by the Grizzlies this summer, and they go ahead and give Cam Spencer a very, very, very team-friendly contract for years to come.
Well, how hilarious will it be if Cam Spencer does start getting a bunch of minutes? Because that will absolutely be the sign. They don't give a shit about this.
Luke's gone. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you see him, the fact that like Lamar Stevens is getting like rotation minutes,
like 20 minutes a game.
Yeah,
Cam Spencer's getting minutes. Jay Huff is getting minutes. These are the signs that you see, right? Like that they've punted this year and they're 4th in the West. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think they're just trying to get guys ready for next year or whatever. I think that the Thunder, I think the one of 3 teams will be the champion this year. The Thunder are coming out of the West. I don't take the Lakers seriously. They look good. And I hope people see that without LeBron, this Lakers team is going to be ass for years to come. They lost to Brooklyn the other night with Luka and them other dudes, and they lost. Like, the team's going to be ass. Luka's not going to be there long. And Lord, I pray that Luka and Jokic don't find a way to get together.
Oh my God!
Good God, bro!
Jesus,
good God!
Watch the Lakers spin some narrative that Jamal Murray is like the second coming of whoever their best point guard, second coming of the Lakers point guard. Bring him over and trade for Luka.
I just hope Denver stays competitive and they don't get ass. And then Jokic says he wants to get to LA, bro. I would fucking, oh my God, bro. I just stopped watching NBA, bro, if the Lakers get there. Are the Lakers ready to have a team that's like based around 4 white dudes though? Is LA ready for that?
Hey,
Jokic, Luka,
Reeves, and Connect.
It would be unbearable.
Unbearable.
Oh man.
Imagine the Netflix movie that happens in 20 years about that, right?
Bro, I would lose my shit. Oh man.
All of a sudden they become the darlings of the NBA down south. Look at that team out there in LA. Right. Look how good they are, them white boys out there.
Oh, man. Oh shit. Get a good wife beater. Jackson Hayes is your 5, right?
There you go.
What would be more American? But anyway, team led by 2 foreigners. Oh man. I would like to get into the SGA versus Jokic for MVP conversation. I heard my guy Gabe Kuhn and Connor Dunning talking about that on Gabe's show today. My whole thing is Jokic just put up crazy numbers and he's gotten that team into the top 4 in the West. But I don't think you should penalize SGA for having his team be the best team in the league the entire season. Like I don't want to penalize him for that either. I think he's going to be MVP just because I think people are kind of tired of Jokic. And I'll say this too, man. A lot of people would think I'm saying this because he's not American or he's white or whatever when it comes down to Jokic. But I think Jokic is probably the most talented player in the league. Definitely the most talented big man. One of the most talented, most skilled, scariest players in the league. I just don't actively root for him. No. And one of the reason why is because I did not like how he trolled so hard. And it was trolling to me. I didn't take him serious at all.
About not even wanting to,
yeah, man. Like, bro, you just won an NBA championship. You act like you just rather be doing something else and
get back to your horses and
yeah, man. Come on, bro. Like that's goofy to me. Like those are the type of things that, like, when people want to criticize the league, that's one of the things that like he left the door open for that type of criticism, man. But yeah, it seems like I'm ready to be done talking, but we haven't even taken a break yet. So let's take a break and we'll come back. We'll talk some Tiger basketball stuff, man, to wrap this thing up. Like I said, I'm at peace, man. Don't disrupt me with my peace. I'm good with the Grizzlies, bro. Whatever happens, I ain't stressing out. I watch games. I be relaxed. Hey, look at that. We beat Phoenix by 2. Oh, what a great game. I don't be stressing. Taylor Jenkins still a dummy. Still trying to figure out why Desmond Bane has been the inbound passer on games, on plays where we're about to shoot free throws. Don't understand that at all. Don't understand why, even though Cam Spencer's a good free throw shooter, why we're letting a rookie who don't play take those free throws. I don't get it. But it worked, so fine, whatever. But yeah, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some Tiger basketball stuff. Penny, we're proud of you, man. We'll talk about that and more when we come back with more on the Anthony Sain Show.
are they getting enough credit for their wins? We know that they get docked for their losses, but are they getting enough credit for the wins that they had in their out of conference?
No, I mean, it's an easy answer of no. And I think, we can scold people for that and say that they're wrong or whatever. But it's just so far removed that people have trouble dipping back into November and December.
We were playing football then,
Right,
we were playing
exactly.
regular season football then.
Exactly. So people just have trouble dipping back into that and kind of putting Memphis on the pedestal that they kind of deserve for what they did. And it's unfair. Like, I mean, it's not fair because they beat those teams. But at the end of the day, like, it's just par for the course for Memphis.
Tune into On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Do you guys think we should tank for the 10? Should we lose 2 more games and solidify ourselves as a 10 seed? I'm
honestly,
down.
dude, I think I'd go to the 11.
Would that be the first time in history that a team tanked for a specific seed and not trying to get the best possible seed, but wanted, hey, let's get on that 10 line? And see what
I think if you think about it, if you somehow stick at the 8-9, I don't want to say you're guaranteed, but you're almost guaranteed to face the 1 in the next
You're guaranteed. It literally happened
Well,
the last time we were in the tournament, so it's not happening again.
Well, yeah. So you're more or less guaranteed to face the 1. You just, hey, if Memphis drops 2 more games, let's say they drop one to Rice, someone you've played too close before, they drop that UAB game, they could slide down to that 11 seed. Give me that. Give me the 6 seed.
I don't know that I want the 11.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. I've been at peace, man. I went to break on peace, man. I went and used the bathroom right quick, peacefully, man.
Peaceful pee.
Peaceful pee, man.
Peaceful pee, man.
Oh, we push a pee. We push a peace over here, man. I'm not gonna let y'all disturb me, man. This guy was like, "Why are you just dogging out the Grizzlies?" Like, bro, why? Because I ain't tripping about it. They go to the playoffs. Like, how the playoffs gonna look. I mean, the GM literally came there and said, "I'm not making a move. I didn't make a move to get better." And I'm not going to make a move. I actually made moves to make us probably worse, to get all the vets off the team, to make us younger. And you're about to go into the playoffs with at least 2 rookies
starting.
At least 1 rookie starting. I don't know what's going to happen with Jalen Wells. But if you don't start Jalen Wells, I mean, who are you starting? Vince, who's a third-year player who hadn't played too much at all in his career? Or I mean, what are you doing? Like, so regardless, you're probably going to start 2 rookies. But somebody who is not a rookie, they are a vet, not only as a player, but now as a coach, is Penny Hardaway.
Yeah, man.
Getting them boys in the tournament. It's been a great season, man. Like, when y'all start talking this metrics and all that type of stuff, I don't know what y'all talking about. Sound like a bunch of crybaby stuff to me. It sounds like a bunch of it's unfortunate the conference that the Tigers playing. But the only kickback I have, I shared this conversation with you on the telephone the other day, is that I think that if they're ranked anything less than a 7th seed, 8th and 9th would be horrible. I think 7 would be kind of bad too. Anywhere between 5 and 6, I think is where they should be. Maybe 7. But the fact that it's kind of hard to kind of stomp for like where the Tigers should be when they haven't been like smacking the teams in the conference. Because like if they were smacking everybody in the conference and they lost to 2 of the good teams in the conference, I would say, okay, yeah, they need to be a 4 or a 5. But the fact that they've kind of barely got by some of those games, took overtime to win some of those games, one of them at least or something like that, and you lost, to kind of bad teams in the conference, it kind of leaves the door open for these type of discussions to not be in your favor. But like I've said before, man, I don't really give a damn. Like, I don't understand why fans care so much about it, because you could go in the tournament and be a 4 seed and totally lay an egg against a 12.
100%.
It's all going to come down to who you're matched up against, because if you're a team playing against a team that's big and physical and rebounds, it's going to bother us. But like, we're not cut out for the Auburn's of the world. You know what I mean? So just hope for a good matchup. Hope to be in a good bracket. hope to not get Auburn in the second round. All
Right.
those type of things.
Right.
Like, yeah, so
Well, and I think that's why everybody wants to stay out of that 8-9 seed, right?
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
that, because you
That's the
got
only
to
thing I
play.
get mad about. They get placed there after the teams they beat early in the season and still only losing 2 games in conference, winning your conference tournament if they do that, and winning your outright. If they still get 8-9, that's bullshit to me. I do agree. I think that's bullshit. Anything else, man, just go play basketball. Roll the ball.
I think the big issue, and I think that this is where the conversation stems from,
Mhm.
is that it's that, and it's a very nuanced conversation that we don't have to get into here. But I think that a lot of it stems down to a conference bias, right? Like a bias towards teams that have been notorious, that are a part of these Power 4 conferences that are, that have the biggest TV deals, that have the biggest name brands, that have this, that, the third, and yet they win on a much. They lose games a lot more. They're not as good. They lose a lot of games. I would say a Kentucky, a Kansas this year, who started off number 1 in the country, who's lost 11 games this year, probably won't win their tournament. Probably won't win their conference tournament. It's teams like Arkansas, who literally started off their conference 0-5, who are now 8-10 in their conference, and are metrically ranked higher than the Tigers,
Right, it's crazy,
who are top 15 in the country. Right, like it's a level of, it's this spinning of this narrative that seeps through. Like, that's the beauty of NBA basketball, right? Is that it literally is about the standings, the seeding, or the rankings, and then where you like it's all on the wins and losses, right? Like, it's not about how you look or where you look or what you've done it against. Like, the playoffs are the wins and losses determine your rank, your seeding, and then those seeds match up and you play. You just go out there and you hoop. It's the most pure form of sports, right?
Yeah.
And I recognize this because there's hundreds of teams and they want parity. They don't want the top 25 teams or the top 64 teams in the country to get in. They want to give opportunities for these teams that have no business being in the tournament in the first place. They want to give some semblance of parity, right? But the problem is I think is that there seems to be a lack of it's this shifting from how do we select teams to be in this tournament. And it went from being we watch the games to we have, this is what we use to determine how to put teams in there, to now there's these predictive measurements that are out there, these metrics that are out there that literally are not about wins and losses. It's about the efficiency ratings of it's the analytics dudes in the NBA that you guys that we just get so annoyed with, because it's like, man, you can take any narrative, you can take any analytic, any stat, and tell a story that you want to tell. And so I guess that's the biggest frustration, is that it's like, man, what are the Tigers supposed to do? Right? Like, when they when the metrics tell you that the conference that they're in, the American Athletic Conference, is one of the worst conferences in the country, and that means that the Tigers are consistently the betting line, the scoring margin is consistently put at, like, they're supposed to win games by 15 to 20 points every single night. Well, brother, this is real life, right? Like, this is basketball. They play 4 games in 9 nights. They play back-to-backs across the country. They go back and forth without even getting a chance to take a break. They do all this, and they go on the road, and instead of winning by 15, they win by 10. Well, then they get dinged in the metrics for that. And it's like, but this is basketball, and there's teams that are good everywhere. And when I say good, I mean there's players that are good everywhere. And so it's just tough. It's just a frustrating conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm in the same boat as you. They're in the
And it's been a fun season, man. Like, they're a good, solid team. Not a drop of drama, bro. Nothing, bro. Nothing. I ain't heard nothing on or off the record about none of this shit, bro.
Not a
like,
thing.
For real.
Not a thing.
And you're talking about, especially with those 3 guards, you would have thought, with the 3 guards and Dane Danger, you would have thought it'd been some type of, man, why he the man? Why I can't be the man? Like,
none of that.
But like, ain't been none of this shit, bro. Like, that shit been chill, like, for real.
And you know who that is? You know who that is that's made that happen?
Who?
It's Tyrese Hunter.
I heard that,
the little point guard that came in from the transfer portal from Texas, from Iowa State and Texas. Yeah. He has been an elite scorer wherever he's been in college basketball, and he's taken a back seat this year to PJ Haggerty and Dane Danger, and he rebounds the ball well. He's the leader in the locker room. He had a quote, dude, after, and it's, I love
playing hurt. He's been playing hurt all year
and he's
too.
been playing hurt all year.
Yeah.
Should have had surgery at the beginning of the year and said, no, we got something special here. I'm not having surgery.
Yeah,
been
man,
playing
real
hurt all
shit.
year. He came out in a press conference a few weeks ago after they lost that Wichita State game on the road. And the question was, how's the team going to respond? And you know what his response was?
He said something crazy like, "This
I'm
shit
going
ain't
to-
happening no more.
I'm going
make
to
sure it don't happen no more.
I'm going to make them respond this way. This is how, because I'm here, this is how we're going to respond because I'm going to make them respond that way.
Yeah.
Tigers haven't had a leader like that in years.
He's
So
been busting folks' ass ever since.
and he's been busting folks' asses. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So it's great. Like, it's great.
Them folks might make some noise in the tournament, bro. For real.
100%. 100%.
I'm gonna tell you something else I'm looking at too, bro. Because I'm always trying to think like on the level, like, okay, like cool shit, right? Like, okay. Now I've been saying, man, why Nike ain't made penny a penny
Seven.
6, right?
Penny
Penny
seven.
6, 7, whatever it is, right?
Yeah, whatever it is.
Whatever number they on, right? So then, man, I started thinking what it'd be even more dope is instead of making one shoe a new penny and the players playing it, throw the penny sig on other signature shoes. Like, and they got the KDs with the penny colorways,
Right.
super popular shoe. They got the Bookers with
Then they just dropped the Bookers? Are
with
those
the
new?
actual 1 cent logo, yeah.
Oh.
With the Phoenix colors. I'm like, man, what if they just throw, like they did the Midnight series where they took all the Nike signature shoes and made them jet black, right? The cold black or black label, whatever they call them, right?
Yeah.
They did that little thing, right? What if they did the Penny series on all the SIGs, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love it. I love it.
and then like, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like for real though. Like what if you got a Ja 2 with the penny? Who is it? Ja? Who are the signature guys? Ja, Book, KD,
Book, KD,
LeBron. Ain't nobody hooping in bronze though. Might be.
LeBron.
But you feel me though? Like, you
Yeah.
you just put the Nike logo, Sabrina's, like whatever. All the hot shoes, man. Just make a penny.
Asia's new
Yeah.
shoe.
Yeah, just throw a penny logo on them Johnson and do like a classic colorway, like whatever, you know what
Love
I'm saying? The Royals, whatever you doing. Whatever, bro. Do it like that. Like for
I
real.
love it. Yeah.
That's what I want to see them do, bro.
Yeah.
Cause these boys wearing everything. They ain't finna put no foams on. They ain't finna put no penny
They're,
ones on.
they're still hooping, and most guys are still hooping in KDs still.
KDs, yep.
And that's really a lot of what I've seen. I've seen a lot of Jaws. I've seen a lot of the Ja 2s this year in college basketball.
Yeah,
but
just go and throw the penny logo, man, with the hey, bro, speaking of Ja 2s.
those ones he was wearing the other night.
With the lime green with the blue, man, them whole the two-tone joint. Hey, them things, that's the cleanest one to me, bro, for real.
Yeah,
that's the cleanest one. But yeah, like I said, man, Ja got his joy back, man. That's all I'm worried about, man. Taylor Jenkins, you won't borrow time. We gotta get your ass up out of here. But I don't even trip about you, bro. I'm at peace, man. I'm happy. Like whatever it is, bro. Hey, just hey, whatever it is, bro. Whatever. Cause
and
I ain't
tell
gonna
me,
lie.
tell me
I
again.
ain't gonna lie.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't know if y'all are Marvel fans. Y'all can see I'm a Marvel guy. But I don't know if y'all remember in not Endgame, but the other one. The one before that. Shit. I'm a Marvel guy, but the first joint that had Thanos in it. That man beat the Incredible Hulk into a punk. Like Incredible Hulk didn't even want to fight that dude. Oklahoma City did that shit to me, bro. I don't even care no more, bro. Yeah,
Are you done with it?
I'm good, man. I'll see y'all next year, bro. I'm straight. I'm like the Incredible Hulk over here, man.
Well, and I'll say this, man. Being able to see Penny Hardaway cut nets down at the FedEx Forum in front of an adoring crowd, that gave me a lot of peace too, man. Because what did we talk about all last year, right? Like the greatest story is this. Is that
the Penny be the dude to do it.
Penny's the dude that turns it around.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, man,
like he got this shit now, bro. He got this shit now. For sure, man. But y'all make sure y'all go see Tony Allen's jersey retirement. I'm sure this is gonna be off the chain, bro. Does he cry? Yes or no?
Hell yeah.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Yeah, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I checked out the documentary. I'll say my opinion for Friday's show, man. I gotta watch it again, man. I gotta watch it again. We'll talk about the documentary Friday, for sure. But for Kenny Stubblefield, for Paris Sharkey, who couldn't get with us because we recorded this young lady shit tonight, man, with his wife. This is Anthony Sain. We'll see y'all Friday, man, and we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.